What's going on, YouTube? And welcome back to the Comic Fix, where tonight I am talking about one of my favorite books from last month, The Whispering Dark, issue number 2 of 4. The heart is deceitful above all things. Now, this book is so well done. The storyline has been that a helicopter had went down behind enemy lines. Only one sole survivor, which is our main protagonist, who was rescued by these commandos. Now, she was the ranking officer, and so behind enemy lines, she has to get her and her group of commandos to safety. Now, in the first issue, a nuclear bomb went off, and they have no idea what is going on. All they know is that they have to survive. And they have to get through this mountain to get to, hopefully, safety. And a lot of this issue is her and her inner dialogue about all the horrific things that this group is going through. They are taking this drug that's making them so that they have energy to keep on pushing on. And they're starting to see weird things. Now, I have no idea if this is actually happening or if it's just in their lack of sleep and that they're just hallucinating about all these different type of things that are happening. But they're trying to do their best to just survive. And then you got people that one person who they believe was part of the group who they thought died was brutally shot to death by the Russians. And just to see this team who is trying to survive, but they're struggling so much, and a lot of like as you can see, everything is just almost her inner dialogue, and you would think that it wouldn't work, but the writing is so strong, and the artwork is so well done, and the pacing is so perfect that you are just you're haunted with every single panel. That is, it's a book that you just need to sit down. It's not going to be a short read. It's going to actually be a long read, even though there's not a lot that's being said dialogue wise. But just the pacing, you're just horrified by everything that's going on. And as this crew is starting to fall apart, it just gets worse and worse and worse. And then they come upon this house. And you know that things are they're trying to tell themselves that this house has to be empty. This house has to be. And of course, it's not. And what do they choose? Well, I'm not going to spoil it. But as the pacing's going, it's just more of her dealing with the situation at hand. And is it right for her to, as you see in this shot, is it right for her to take this family and take everything that they have just so that they can survive? It's a lot of inner dialogue and a lot of, am I a good person after all this? Is what I am doing, is it in God's, will God, judge me for it? And the Whispering Dark, as it says in here, the whispering, that's a key part where in this book, she's just thinking about her humanity and is God going to judge her for what she's doing? And she feels that she can't hear God in her, that God's talking to her anymore. She feels like that she's just in a dark place. And all she's doing is just trying to survive. Now, I do feel like that this book, and they're going to a different town, is going to have a lot of horror elements. Because as you can tell from this page, like that there's something that seems like supernatural's happening. And then there's another part where you see these vultures, and they got like this weird face, and you definitely tell that this, I think that this book is going to go in a route that's supernatural. But for now, The Whispering Dark is this beautiful inner tale of this woman who's put in a dire situation, and she's just going and wondering, after all of this, am I still a good person? And it's just great to see a book that's so well paced, and just the dialogue alone just makes it worth it. Like the pacing is just perfect in this book. Highly, highly recommend it. It's only going to be going on for another 2 issues. So if you do see this in your store, I would highly advise for you to support this book because it is so good. And if you see it once it comes out in trade paperback, and he's like, hey, I remember David, he was talking about this book. Highly recommend The Whispering Dark. Big thumbs up. Have you read it? Let me know down below. My name's David Lee. Always remember, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next Comic Fix.